Veronica Curran, nurse practitioner with Remember Health, and I wanted to pop on today to do a little presentation about leaky brain. Now, I know a lot of us have heard about leaky gut, but have you heard about leaky brain? And what does that actually mean? As most of you know, I am very big on detoxifying the body, and I think that is super important for overall health and well-being. The other thing that I really find to be very important is glucose control, which is your blood sugar control, because so many metabolic diseases today are rooted in insulin resistance. And I think it's really important. I have clients and myself even, I have people who eat clean and think that, you know, this is the be all and end all, which is really a great start. It's really important to eat clean and eat non-toxic. But sometimes you have to go further than that because our bodies get insulin resistant as time goes on because of the way that we are living. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about leaky gut and leaky brain in a little presentation, and I hope you enjoy it. Leaky gut, leaky brain. What do we mean when we say leaky? The term leaky simply refers to the barrier that is supposed to protect our organs from toxins and other foreign substances. And when that barrier has been breached, that's what we call leaky. So this leaves organs open to contamination from toxins and foreign substances, and then inflammation occurs. So let's talk about leaky gut. This is more familiar with a lot of people, but if we imagine this, my hands here being tight junctions between cells in the gut lining. What happens with leaky gut, and this is due to various reasons, including exposure to toxins and chemicals, right? But these junctions kind of open up and allow for things to pass through the gut lining. And what happens when that happens is substances that were not meant to be outside of the gastrointestinal tract get into the body and get into the bloodstream. And then the body creates an immune response, which is an inflammatory response. And this creates things like allergies and food sensitivities and other inflammatory conditions. Actually, I probably just told you a lot of this. So when we have leaky gut, the protective lining of the gastrointestinal tract sometimes lets things leak into the bloodstream. This includes pathogens, toxins, undigested food particles, and waste. Leaky gut is one of the main causes of food sensitivities, allergies, and contributes to autoimmunity. And when those substances leak through the lining of the gut, the body recognizes it as other and begins to create inflammation. This is how you can have a food sensitivity to something like spinach or an apple, right? It's just because the body has now recognized these things as other. So let's apply this concept to the brain. I feel like leaky brain is not as well known. So we have our blood-brain barrier, and that's the brain's protective boundary around our actual brain. And back in the day, I was always taught that the blood-brain barrier was very hard and difficult to penetrate. Its job is to allow good things in, like amino acids and nutrients into the brain, but keep bad things out of the brain, including harmful chemicals and heavy metals. What's happening now is because we're consuming and exposing ourselves to chemicals that were never meant to be inside the human body, we are exposing ourselves to chemicals that actually make the blood-brain barrier more permeable. What happens? The blood-brain barrier becomes leaky, and that barrier becomes permeable, and substances that shouldn't pass through into our brain actually do. This contributes to many conditions ranging from brain fog to dementia. I just have to say that so many of my clients experience brain fog. This could be contributing. Because the brain controls the body, health issues throughout the body become increasingly common as well. So here's an interesting fact. The gut and the brain barriers often fail simultaneously. Often the entire immune system can become compromised, meaning that someone with leaky gut almost always has leaky brain. So what causes leaky brain? Electromagnetic frequencies, which is emitted from electronic devices like this one you see here. Electricity, charging your phone near your bed, all of these things create electromagnetic frequencies that can be destructive to the human cells. We have environmental toxins, food sensitivities, Lyme disease and co-infections, mycotoxins, which is mold, and parasites. Look at all of these conditions, and these are just some of the conditions that are related to leaky brain. ADHD, aggression or violence, Alzheimer's disease, antisocial behavior, autism spectrum disorders. Again, not saying all of these things come directly from leaky brain, but leaky brain is certainly contributing to these diseases. Anxiety, bipolar disorder, brain fog, changes in personality, cognitive impairment, dementia, depression, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, hallucinations, gut issues, insomnia, joint pain, memory loss, mood changes, neurological diseases, Parkinson's disease, psychosis, schizophrenia, seizures, epilepsy, stress, and suicidal thoughts or actions. So, what can we do about it? I don't want to just sit here and scare you, right? It's really important to take care of our bodies. So my rules of thumb to support your brain health are eat real food, mostly plants, not too much, in the words of Michael Pollan. Encourage positive thought processes. This is honestly why my detox program addresses the mind and the thought processes that we have. Ensure healthy drainage flow and detoxification. Again, we cover this in our Mind, Body, Soul detox. Sleep, 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 sleep. Sleep is so important. It's one of the most important things you can do for your health. You want to limit EMF exposure. You want to maintain good gut health. How do you do that? You detoxify your body. You eat real food, and you don't take unnecessary antibiotics, and you eat organic. You want to reduce or eliminate alcohol consumption. I know this is not a popular thought process, but alcohol is not good for you. Stabilize blood sugars. This is very, very important. Honestly, if your blood sugar is not under control, you're going to have issues with brain health. Have you heard of dementia being called type 3 diabetes? One of the reasons that it's called type 3 diabetes is because insulin resistance, which is lack of blood sugar control, contributes and even causes brain disorders. You want to stimulate the vagus nerve. Sing away. That's one of the easiest ways to stimulate the vagus nerve. Also, chiropractic care is amazing for aligning the nervous system, supporting your brain health, supporting the messages that the brain is sending to the body, and stimulating the vagus nerve. I'm a huge fan of chiropractic. And then, of course, we want to reduce inflammation by avoiding inflammatory foods. In my opinion, the most inflammatory foods are gluten, dairy, corn, and sugar. Not saying you have to cut them all out of your body right now or out of your diet right now, but avoiding or reducing inflammatory foods is going to benefit your health. And also you can take supplements like berberine, turmeric, eating blueberries or broccoli sprouts. All of these things are going to help support your brain health. So it's very important this day and age to detoxify your body, to watch what you're putting into your body, and to control your glucose levels. All of this is going to help support your brain health and help you thrive in life. Thanks for listening.